Hey, hi, I'm Ramakrishna Reddy, creator of PublicSpeakKing.com and author of 5 books related to public speaking. And today I want to share 37 things that one must need to know to really survive, not just survive, thrive on the stage. So I want to jot down these 37 things and really want to drill this down because knowing the problem is half the problem solved. And I always believe and I always recommend people to know what is the problem statement. And so today I want to just walk through these so that you kind of understand what is what kind of questions you need to be asking, right? Before you find the answers, you just need to ask the right questions. So without any further ado, let me walk through these 37 questions. They have been crystallized after a lot of thought, after speaking to a lot of people, after doing a lot of research, because even I was in the same boat. And if someone had given me this, I would have handsomely paid whatever price they would have asked for. But you don't need to worry, it's all in this book and I'm going to share it right now. So let's get started. So the first question is, public speaking is overwhelming. How can I understand it in simple terms? The second question is, fear strikes me whenever I want to give a presentation. What should I do? The third question is, what will other people think if I make a mistake during my presentation? Quite often asked. The fourth question is, can I really sizzle on stage even though I don't have an eye-catching look? I'm sure I don't have one, but anyway. The fifth question is, even though speaking comes naturally to me, do I still need to prepare for my presentation? Oh my gosh, so many people have asked me this, and I'm sure if someone is naturally talented, they would keep asking this question time and again. The sixth question is, can I still give an effective presentation even though I don't have a strong vocabulary? For someone who's not a native speaker, this question keeps coming a lot. And these 6 questions are part of the psychological barriers that hold people off from getting onto the stage. Now let's move on to the second phase, and let me start with the 7th question. I know my topic, but I feel stuck. What am I missing? What are you missing? Keep thinking. The 8th question is, how do I start creating content for my presentation? The biggest blocker for so many people. The 9th question is, how do I create a killer opening for my talk? Opening is everything. The first 60 seconds helps you keep the speech together. The 10th question is, what is context setting and how do I create one? The 11th question is, how do I select the key points for my presentation? The 12th question is, how do I support my key points for my presentation? The 13th question is, how to create a compelling story? The 14th question is, how do I best use transitions in my speech? The 15th question is, how can I have an effective summary? The 16th question is, how do I create a memorable conclusion for my speech? The 17th question is, how do I refine my speech content? Now let's move on to the third phase, which is the delivery aspect. So question number 18, I know my content very well, so do I really need to care about anything else? You do. The 19th question is, how should I move during my presentation? The 20th question is, how do I make an effective eye contact with my audience? The 21st question is there a simple way to improve the quality of my voice? Yes, that is. The 22nd question is, how do I use my hands during my presentation? The hand gestures. 23rd question is, how to create correct facial expressions during the presentation? Now let's move on to the preparation strategies. Question number 24. How can I create and maintain my connection with the audience? 25th question is, Is there a particular strategy to ensure that the audience will continue to listen? 26th question is, what is the final checkpoint before I freeze my content? 27th question is, can the venue affect my presentation? 28th question is, can you give me the exact steps to practice my speech? 29th question is, can you give me a strategy for not going blank on stage? That's one of the most, I think this will get the highest number of votes for the number of people who have asked this question. Now moving on to the final phase, which is the presentation day steps, the D-Day, whatever questions you might be getting. These are the most common and the one you should be asking. So question number 30, how do I dress for my presentation? Question number 31, is there a checklist for the presentation day? Question number 32, what if my heart starts pounding, ears get heated and hands become cold 10 minutes before the presentation? Question number 33, how do I carry myself from seat to stage once the anchor calls my name? This is for the actual physical presentations. These days it happens in Zoom. Still, how do you carry yourself before the anchor calls your name? Question number 34, how do I handle myself during the actual presentation? Here's where the rubber meets the road. Question number 35, how do I handle any unexpected problems during the actual presentation? Question number 36, how do I carry myself off the stage after the presentation? The last and final question, question number 37, and the most important question you need to be asking yourself, what should I do after the presentation? So there you go, 37 things, 37 questions, 37 steps, whatever you may call it. These are the things you should be asking, and knowing the answers to this is really gonna set you apart. You are gonna rock the stage, trust me. I'm here to help you, and this book is gonna help you, and these questions are gonna help you in the right direction. I hope you appreciated the content, and I hope you found value in this. Thank you so much for listening to this video. I really appreciate your time. Have a great rest of the day and great rest of the year. Thank you so much.